progress. So, welcome to Friday night yoga. My name is Glenda, and I am your yoga instructor for this evening. So, thank you for joining. Today, we are going to do a flow that is focused on our root chakra. The root chakra represents our ability to feel grounded and to feel nurtured and safe and secure. So, with this being a February and the unofficial month of love, we will be focusing on feeling safe and secure in our own bodies. So, come and join me on the mat. We will begin actually in a standing position. We are going to start off by connecting the breath and the body together just by doing a couple arm and leg poses here. So we are going to start in our Tadasana or mountain pose. So bringing our feet about hip width distance apart, making sure that the knees are over the ankles, hips are stacked over the knees. We want to go ahead and straighten our backs. We want to make sure that we are having the top of our head pointing to the ceiling above us and tucking our tail just slightly so that we are aligning our tailbone with the mat below us. Bringing our hands out to the side, opening our palms, bringing in that energy. We're going to contract our core and our thighs, bringing our kneecaps up. So you're in a nice, tall, strong pose here. So what we're going to do when we talk about linking the breath and the body is that we're going to get our breath to lead the movement. So with that being said, I'm going to cue you when to inhale and when to exhale when we go through our practice today. That is going to help you to remain mindful inside the practice. So starting in Tadasana, we want to inhale, bring our hands up overhead. When we get to the top, we're going to exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, bringing our hands down to the mat. If you need to bend your knees slightly to bring your hands all the way down to the mat, that is perfectly okay. If you have yoga blocks, you can use that as well. And on our next inhale, we're going to bring those arms up right up above our head, rolling up slowly. And on our exhale, folding into a forward fold. Again, inhale, bringing those hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to do this one more time. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, back into a forward fold. We are just going to hang out in a forward fold just for a little bit here to get the most out of this stretch. You'll feel that stretch along the backside of your legs, also the lower part of your back. Again, if you need to bend your knees slightly to bring your hands down, that is okay. Please listen to your body. So from here, we want to just do a ragdoll, just grabbing our elbows and then swinging side to side. Making sure we get a good stretch on either side and loosening up those back muscles. Coming back to center. We're going to roll back up to our hands up over our heads. So on our inhale, rolling slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Bring our hands up over our head. And this time we are going to clasp our hands together. And we're just going to go into a sway to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Last time to the left. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And we're going to go back into our forward fold just to kind of relieve some of that pressure that we had on our back. Forward fold here. Again, you can do a little pedal here, pedaling your legs back and forth. Want to do a couple deep breaths while we're in the forward fold, just so we can feel that breath coming all the way down our spines. Filling our root chakra with oxygen. So from here, coming back to stillness, you can place your palms either on the mat or on your ankles, wherever is most comfortable for you. We're going to inhale through the nose. And as you are inhaling through the nose, visualize that breath coming all the way down the back of your spine. Resting at the base of the spine, right at the root chakra. Then exhaling, imagining that energy coming back up your spine. And do that again. Inhale, feeling that breath come down your spine. And then exhaling, feeling that exhale come back up. One more time, inhaling, deep inhale, filling our bellies. Then in our exhale, contracting our bellies back to our spine, releasing that. From here, bend your knees all the way down, coming all the way down to the mat. We're finally going to begin our floor asanas. These are the ones that will really focus on our root chakra today. So we are going to begin in bound angle pose. So bringing our heels together. Stretching our knees out to either side. If you need some assistance, you can take your elbows and kind of slightly push down on your knees. If you need, you can also put pillows under your knees, or you can roll up a blanket and sit on the blanket. That way, it'll take some pressure off of your knees if you can't bring them all the way down. So from here, we just want to flutter our legs here. Want to do a bit of a stretch in our chest opener. We're going to sit here and do a cat-cow. So bringing our knees to, we have a guest. So we were in our bound angle pose, getting ready to start our cat-cow stretches. If I can get my video to work properly. Sorry, guys, I'm not sure what happened here. My shell was messing up the flow. Alrighty. In our bound angle pose, we are going to begin our cat-cow. So you can either hold on to your ankles, hold on to the outside of your knees, hold on to the tops of your feet, whichever is comfortable for you. And we are going to begin to raise our chest, lengthening our chest muscles across the top here. Inhaling as we do that for a cow pose. Exhaling, we're going to round our back, bring our chin to our chest for cat. And do that again. Inhaling, bring our chest out. Exhaling, rounding our back, bring our chin to our chest. Inhale, chest out. Exhale, chin to chest. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, cat pose. 1 more time. Inhale, bringing that chest out as far as comfortable for you. Exhale, constricting that belly all the way back to your spine. So then we're going to straighten out our legs, give our legs a break from our bound angle pose to staff pose here. So sitting up nice and tall, you want to have a 90-degree angle from your legs and your upper torso. You can flex your toes towards you to give you a deeper stretch on your hamstrings, or you can point your toes to give you a stretch in the quads for you. From here, we are going to go into a seated forward fold. So inhaling, bring our hands up overhead. And in the same as the standing position, we will exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Hands come down towards our ankles. You can grab your ankles, you can grab your shins, or you can grab your feet, whatever is comfortable for you. If you would like, you can also bend your knees just slightly and then bringing your hands down. That'll give you a little bit more of a stretch in your lower back. So on our next inhale, we are going to roll up slowly. Hands out to the side. Going to go back into that seated forward fold. Inhale, bringing our hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bring our hands toward our ankles. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhaling, seeing if you go just a little deeper in that stretch. On your inhale, roll back up slowly. This time we're going to bring our hands up over our head. Bring our hands into a prayer pose. Bringing that down to our heart center. We're going to do that again. Inhale, hands up overhead. Forward fold. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, sink a little deeper into the pose. And on our next inhale, roll up slowly. Bring your hands up overhead. Bring your hands together in prayer pose, bringing it down to your chest. We're going to take our right foot and place it on the outside of our left ankle, crossing our right over our left. We're going to twist to the right side, bring our left elbow on the outside of our right knee. A good side twist here. All of these poses that we have been doing have been in some shape or form massaging our root chakra, also massaging the organs that the root chakra rules or has a responsibility for, which is our feet, our intestines, our bladder, so all of the lower extremities and the lower abdomen organs. So inhale, coming back to center. Straightening that right leg out. Bringing that left leg, placing it on the outside of your right knee. Then we're going to slowly twist to the left, bringing our right elbow out the outside of our left knee. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhaling out. Trying to twist a little further on that exhale. So inhale back to center. Bringing that left leg out. Bringing it, shaking it out if we need to. So then we're going to come onto all fours. Come into all fours. We're going to check our alignment here. We're going to make sure that our elbows are over our wrists, our shoulders are over our elbows, making sure that our hips are over our knees, and our knees are at a 90-degree angle with our feet. If you look between your legs, and if you can see your feet, bring them out so that they are in line with your knees. From here, we are going to push ourselves up into a down dog position. So tucking your toes onto your mat, pushing your knees up off your mat, bringing your hips all the way up to the air, coming into a upside down V. You want to push your head between your shoulders and push those heels down towards your mat. So this is a full body back stretch. You can kind of walk your dog here, pedaling your legs back and forth. Or you can stay in stillness, making sure we are pushing our shoulders, our head between our shoulders, heels down to the mat. From here, we're going to walk our hands back toward our feet. We are back into a forward fold. Want to slightly bend our knees here and then roll ourselves all the way back up. So the last part is our head rolling up. So from here, we are going to do what we call a goddess pose. So we are going to take our feet about 3 feet apart. I'm not sure if this is 3 feet, but just take them wider than your hips. Take your feet and point them out toward the corners of your mat. And then we're just going to bend our knees down into a squat position. Bring our hands out into a field goal position here. This is a goddess pose. Trust me, it hurts my legs as much as it hurts yours, so we won't stay in it for too long. From here, forward fold. Bring our hands down to the mat. Got to reposition here. From our forward fold, we're going to go walk our hands forward to a down dog. From here, we are going to take our left leg, place it in between our two wrists. We're going to come up into a high lunge. So making sure that that back leg is straight, that heel does not have to be down on the mat. Making sure that back leg is straight. This left leg, making sure the knee is over the heel. Bring our hands up for balance. From our high lunge, we're going to go into warrior one, which is similar to the position that we are in already. All we're going to do is rotate that right heel inward, placing it on the mat, making sure that it is parallel to that front ankle. And then we're going to rotate our right big toe inward toward our left toe, just like at a 45-degree angle. So with our left leg bent, hands up overhead, making sure that right heel is down. We are in warrior one. From warrior one, we're going to transition into warrior two. So we are going to take that back leg. We're going to pivot that big toe out just a little further to where it's at a 90-degree angle. Then we're going to rotate our torso toward the right, opening ourselves up. Our left leg is still bent. Our right leg is bent. That toe was at a 90-degree angle. You are in warrior two. Our gaze is right over our left hand. Good. So from warrior two, we're going to go into triangle pose. So all we're going to do here is we are going to straighten that left leg that's bent, straighten that leg out. And then we are going to shift our weight into our right hip, pushing that right hip back. So our left hand comes out a little further over our left foot. Then we're going to take that left hand, bring it down to either your ankle or the mat, whichever is most comfortable. Then we're going to take that right arm, place it directly above our head so that the bottom of our wrist is kind of parallel to our eyesight. So we're looking right up at that right hand. If that's too much stress on your neck, you can focus down toward the mat. So we're going to come out of this and go back into warrior two. So an easy way to do this would be to bend that left knee, placing our left hand on there, pushing ourselves back up to warrior two. Now from here, we're going into warrior one again. So we're going to shift our torso back to the front of our mat, rotating that back foot to a 45-degree angle, bending that left knee. From here, we're going to go down into a down dog. So place those palms on either side of your foot. Bring that left foot back to meet the right, into a down dog. From here, we are going to go into a plank pose and move into our chaturanga, which is lowering ourselves down to the mat and then pushing ourselves up into up dog. Taking a moment just to rest here. Pushing ourselves back into the down dog position. We are going to bring our right foot up this time, place it between our wrists, going up into a high lunge. We're going to make sure that our right knee is bent, that right knee is over that right ankle. Bringing ourselves up, hands up overhead. Again, that left leg in the back is straightened out. That heel does not have to be down. That right leg is bent. You're in a high lunge, so we're going to transition to our warrior one. So that's just going to drop our left heel, taking our foot out into a 45-degree angle, rotating our torso to the front of our mat, bending that right knee. We're in warrior one. Taking a deep breath here, inhaling through your nose, feeling how your body feels up to this point. Are you out of breath? Are you breathing okay? Just focusing on your body and how your body feels, how your breath feels. We just take a brief break in warrior one before we transition to warrior two. So going into warrior two, we're going to take that left foot, bring that ankle in just slightly so that our foot is at a 90-degree angle. Open ourselves up, our torso up to the left, bringing our hands down, shoulder height of down, making sure that that right knee is over our right ankle. For warrior two. In warrior two, we're going into triangle pose. So taking that right foot, that right leg, straightening it out, sending our weight back over to our left hip, sending our chest forward just a little bit over our right foot, bringing your hand down to the mat, that right hand down to the mat or to your ankle. Bring your your left hand up. That your gaze is right at the bottom of your wrist. Taking a deep breath here. And again, to come out of this pose, we can bend our right knee. Place our hand on our right knee to push ourselves up. And we are in warrior two. Shifting our torso to the front of our mat. Pivoting that left foot to a 45-degree angle. We're back in warrior one. Placing our hands on either side of that right foot, coming down. Bring that right foot back to meet the left for down dog. From here again, going into our plank pose. Then transitioning to our chaturanga, lowering ourselves down. And pushing ourselves up for up dog. Feels good on my back. My back is cracking. I don't know about yours. Pushing ourselves back up to a down dog position. Then we can drop our knees down to the mat. Taking our knees out to the edge of our mat, bringing our two big toes together. We're going to push our hips back to our heels for an extended child pose. So to end our practice, I was going to lead us through a meditation to activate our root chakra. So to come into a resting pose, you can, coming out of child's pose, coming up to all fours. You swing your legs over to the front of you, and your legs are in front of you. And just lower yourself all the way down to your mat so you're lying flat in Savasana. You can stay in this pose. You can also do a legs up the wall pose, an inverted resting pose. So where you rest your legs up the wall. That is a good cleansing pose. That is a good cleansing pose. Clear out any stuck or stagnant energy, any blockages. So we talked about our practice today being focused on the root chakra. Just to give a background of what I'm reading, Chakra Healing book. It says that the root chakra is all about feeling grounded, feeling secure, that your basic needs are going to be met, and feeling connected to your family and tribal consciousness in healthy ways. So we will be focusing on a meditation that will help you connect with your root chakra. So while you are sitting or lying comfortably, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Each time you inhale, imagine the breath energizing your perineum, which is the area between the genitals and the anus. Each time you exhale, release anything you may be holding in that area. These things might include fears, pain, or even expectations of how you're supposed to feel while doing this meditation. I find that holding my hands over my heart as I meditate on each chakra helps me connect to the chakra that I'm concentrating on. So you may want to put one hand over your heart and the other over your pubic bone. Another hand position is placing both hands at the lower parts of your hips. So to wake up the connection with your root chakra, begin gently tapping at the top of the pubic bone or at both sides of your lower hips, or by gently massaging the area in a small circular motion with your first 2 fingers. With each following breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, continue directing your breath to your root chakra. Imagine a red spear of light in that area, pulsing and growing larger. Those who identify most with male energy should whirl the spear clockwise, and those who identify most with the female energy should whirl the spear counterclockwise. As you drop deeper and deeper into a calmer state, ask your root chakra what it needs right now. Allow yourself a few more breaths to see if you receive any feedback. It could be in the form of a word, a sound, a song, an image, a color, a feeling, or your intuition. once you receive that feedback, act on that feedback now. If you find that after some time you have not received any messages or feelings or intuition nudges, continue to practice. These feelings will come. It is through your state of practice that you will become more familiar with these messages. If you don't receive any of the intuitive hints listed previously, but instead you feel an awareness in that area, similar to a pulsing anywhere at your lower hips or even traveling down to your feet, you are connecting with your root chakra. Continue to activate your root chakra by tapping or pulsing with 2 fingers. As we near the end of this meditation, take 3 slow, deep breaths, directing the energy of your inhale into the soles of your feet to ground yourself. When you are ready, gently roll over to your right side. And using your left hand, push through your palm to bring yourself up into a seated position. So welcome back. I want to thank you for again joining me today for our Friday night yoga flow, where we focused on our root chakra. I hope that after this practice, you feel a bit more grounded, a bit more secure, and a bit more safe with yourself. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you all next